People, we are Tottenham TV here, back again for more pre-North London Derby content, and we are going to be doing an all-time North London Derby combined 11. I'm here with Peter to go through what we think a North London Derby combined 11 would be. We would usually do a current North London Derby combined 11, however, we thought, what's the point? Given our predicament.
Aww.
So we want it to be a bit more fair. We want we want the content to be a bit more watchable. We also don't want on Tottenham channel to be all Arsenal. So this is, I think, going to be a bit more even, albeit historically we can argue about the teams, but individual players, we've had some very good ones in our past. So North London Derby combined 11. We're going to go 4-4-2 because that's just a Premier League formation. All right, that's a formation we all like. So, in goal, who would you say is your best all-time?
Are we like saying ever?
Ever in the Premier League?
Okay, in the Premier League era. Well, it's got to be Big Dave, right?
David
I'm
Seaman.
sorry. Yeah, I mean Jens Lehmann when we were the Invincibles, and he was a super keeper, but a little unhinged at times.
Yeah, I was about to say a bit of a psycho, taking a piss off the side of the pitch and things like that,
and getting sent off in the Champions League final.
Yes.
And to be honest, David Raya, I think he could become legendary. Like if he wins a couple of titles, but he's got to get over that line. He makes some unbelievable saves. Right?
I mean, David Seaman is known among Tottenham fan bases of one flew over Seaman's head. That's what we remember him by. Naeem and also Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he had a weak spot for that, despite being so tall as well.
David Raya had his moment as well. I know, forget the rest of the game.
Sure.
But in that moment, that singular moment.
Richarlison, okay.
Richarlison put over
who have
Raya's
you
head.
got? Is it going to be Lloris?
It will be Lloris. World Cup winner. Didn't quite make it for the Europa League, but he won nothing at Tottenham, unfortunately. But he won a World Cup.
And did you not think, sometimes he was a bit liable to a clanger here and there?
More late in his career, he was, I would say.
Yeah.
Similar to Seaman, one flew over his head.
That's true.
But, I think Lloris was a top keeper when he was in his prime, 100%.
I think French fans hold him in much higher regard than Premier League fans. Like, I've got a massive PSG French fan friend, and he was saying, even in his later days, when Lloris was still number one for France and number one for Tottenham, but getting a lot of criticism, he was like, no, he's still the best or one of the best in the world. And I was like, that is not true. I think Spurs fans also, looking at it through rose-tinted glasses, he was good. And in his prime, he was world class. But I don't think the amount of time he was there and the amount of trophies, like you said, nothing. Right, we've got to go for Big Dave. Throughout George Graham. How many
international trophies has David?
This is Tottenham and Arsenal, not France and England. But we're going to have a lot of French players, I'm sure. But surely it's got to be Dave.
All right,
as an England fan as well. Euro '96.
I'll allow you David Seaman, but only because with him in goal, he's more likely to have one go over his head. So I'll allow. Right back. Who would you say is Arsenal's best ever right back?
I grew up in the 90s, and that's what really solidified my base. So a reliable Lee Dixon, I absolutely loved.
Lee Dixon.
But, we did in the Invincibles as well as Lauren, who was good and solid, but you wouldn't say was jaw-droppingly good. And after that...
Right now you have Ben White or Timber.
Timber is fantastic, but he hasn't been there long enough, right? First season, the horror injury as well, so he was out for the whole campaign. I'd have to go for Lauren or Dixon. But I don't, and I would usually not feel that confident, but it's Spurs. Come on, who are you going to throw at me for a legendary right back? When he went to Man City, for sure.
Why do you think City signed him?
Like Gareth Bale as well. Like Luka Modric. Yeah, they were good, but they were not world class.
Don't you worry, we'll be getting them into the team.
We've surely got to only consider their career when at Spurs.
Absolutely,
right?
And he was the best right back in the league at Tottenham. That's why Man City paid 50 great British pounds for him.
Okay, again,
Carl
if we
Walker
talk about the number of
right
trophies that he won.
But trophies is not the only barometer.
You're right. It's not the only barometer, but Lee Dixon won a lot of trophies in that legendary back four.
I think you'll be hard to find anyone in a Premier League fan who would pick Lee Dixon over Carl Walker as a right back.
He didn't play for England hardly at all either, Lee Dixon. I'll give you that. And Lauren, all right, I will give you Carl Walker. I will give you Carl Walker.
But pulling teeth, that one. That should be easy. He's got a Burnley kit on, apparently. All right, left back. Who would you say is your best ever left back?
I got the pleasure of meeting him in person in Korea last September. He came over for the Icons match, a load of Arsenal legends, but a load of like global legends. There was Ronaldinho and all sorts. Ashley Cole. I know he is Cashley Cole and went to Chelsea and whatnot. He was part of the Invincibles. He came in so young. And he was the best left back in the world for, it must have been best part of a decade, right? And having him for England as well, he was just quality. And he was Arsenal through and through. It was such a shame what happened, that we messed up his contract.
That's an interesting take on it. It's one way of saying it.
No, because we promised him some money and then we went back on that. I can see his point of view. For a time being, Arsenal fans hated him, right? But hearing his side of the story, it was never about like an extra 5 or 10 grand. It was about them messing him around. And I got to meet Arsene Wenger in Korea as well. And he talks about Ashley in such glowing praise ways. And so I can't look past him. I mean, for a while there was Silvinho, and then he had some, I think, passport and visa issues. But he was fantastic. And Nigel Winterburn as well. A bit more attacking than Lee Dixon. But it's got to be Ashley Cole for me.
Ashley Cole. How about a Danny Rose?
At his peak, I thought he'd go on and play a lot for England as well.
And I don't know if you remember a certain 30-yard volley on his Premier League debut.
I do not remember that whatsoever. But Ashley Cole shutting down that left side, there's no competition.
I'll give you Ashley Cole only because I know his inclusion will rile up a few fans. So I'm happy to
hear his side of the story.
I'm happy to put someone who betrayed Arsenal.
Watch him in the overlap with Gary Neville and the crew. He really goes into detail. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. Proper nice.
Ashley Cole. Okay, so centre-backs. I don't think this team is playing with centre-backs, actually. I think it's going to be just 4 full-backs, maybe.
This is brilliant, isn't it? Sure, let's save him until the second position then. Because we got to put him in. He's a legend at both clubs. Absolutely.
I don't think we do.
Tony Adams.
I think he was massively overrated. Tony Adams.
Tony Adams. Come on. If he didn't have his drinking issues, he would have been an England stalwart and recognised as one of the best in the world.
You've got to take the full package.
Yeah, and he got over that. We like the story, surely, of, recognising your mistakes and making up for them. He went on to be part of that Arsene Wenger first third of, his glory days. And without that back four, and Tony, he bloody marshalled that line, right? Without him, the rest didn't function. And without that English back four, back five, including Seaman, we wouldn't have had that success. You could see in the later days with Arsene Wenger, he just couldn't get the defence right. So inheriting that from George Graham and Tony Adams being Mr. Arsenal there his whole career. I'm so sad his managerial career wasn't more successful and he wasn't as odd like in those appearances. But yeah, football-wise, he was quality.
I would probably put Jan Vertonghen up against him. Of top-class centre-back.
Yeah, if in modern football, he would rule, wouldn't he?
And, it's surprising you haven't put either of Gabriel or Saliba up for it. I thought maybe one of those.
They need to win something. Like, it's different at Spurs. You're never winning anything, so there's no. Yeah, exactly. No,
I don't think that's a prerequisite.
How many of this team, I wonder, that you put forth were in the Worthington Cup winning team?
2000. There will be a few, don't you worry.
Okay. So that's why I'm not putting Saliba and Gabriel just yet. I mean, Gabriel is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but Tony Adams I remember one tackle in the Champions League. I think it was against Dynamo Kiev. Like it was. And that was before, now you see lots of defenders celebrating tackles. That moment, he managed to get a ball back of, I think it was maybe Shevchenko or the other guy who went to, maybe Rebrov, I don't know, before he went to Spurs. And it was just you just thought he'd scored. And he got the ball back. And Tony, for that last goal that he scored against Everton to clinch a title, it was 4-1, and Steve Bolt chipped the ball over and he was running as a centre forward. It was like, what are you doing, Tony? He let his hair down later in his career. It's got to be him. Come on, Vertonghen's good.
Vertonghen, and
football.
If I'm defending Vertonghen in that season when him and Jan were together, they conceded 26 goals. I don't think any Arsenal side has ever conceded less in a season, which is incredible to think about.
I think in the Invincibles, we must have conceded around that, or maybe less.
Maybe similar amount.
Maybe
but I think
less.
Jan Vertonghen, in terms of his ball playing ability, that unbelievable left foot. He was a goal scorer as well. Stalwart for Belgium, played very late into his career at Tottenham, was part of that Pochettino team that, ran the title close and was very, very good at the time. So I'll probably put him, but you know what? I'll give you Tony Adams.
Thank you.
He probably won't remember his time at Tottenham, but you do. Arsenal. Tony Adams. Let's see if... I hope he comes up on this thing. He's that old.
Oh, dear.
I don't know if he is, actually.
Oh, no. Come on, Tony.
He doesn't come. He doesn't pop up.
Oh, that is sad. Should we get straight on to...
Adams?
Can
we give it Tyler Adams instead?
So let's just call him Tyler Adams. Okay.
We'll call him Tyler Adams. Sorry, Tony, but you're Tyler. All right, next one. It's obviously Ledley King. Yeah, the captain that all Tottenham fans truly respect.
Who could not play like 3 games in a week,
and he was still better than he who shall not be named.
If he hadn't got such bad knees, I would put him in the team as well. I would respect that. But he did have such bad knees.
He had one
couldn't
bad
train.
knee.
He couldn't play 3 games in a row. He didn't win. Did he win the Worthing Cup? Was he there?
He did. He was captain
well
on the
done,
day.
Ledley.
He was captain on the
well
day.
done, Ledley. But you gotta admit, if he is a Mercedes, then the Bentley, the Rolls Royce was Sol Campbell. You guys absolutely adored Salazar.
Couldn't stand him. He was always a weirdo. Even
Loved
at
him.
Tottenham.
No, but when he was there, you
weirdo.
didn't think that. It's only looking back, right?
He is the ultimate Judas. I can never have any respect for him. I'm not going to type his name.
I will convince you with something. He was also at the Icons match, right? And he was part of the Arsenal crew. There wasn't actually a Tottenham crew, I'm sorry. There weren't that many legends. I think there were 1 or 2 who had passed through Tottenham, but I can't remember. Oh, Gareth Bale was there. But he was about the only one. And so I have, with Dalsonere and other football appearances, lost some bets, and I've therefore had to wear a Tottenham shirt. And the only Tottenham shirt I own is one that I printed with 23 Campbell on the back. And so I took it that day that I met Sol, and I said, can we have a photo? And he was actually, he was like, I don't think I can do this. Like, seriously.
Because he can't stand you.
No, because he has that respect for Tottenham. I was quite surprised. No, really. He felt wrong doing it. I will say I still took it, and then Thierry was shouting from the other side of, so you can't do that.
Had a nice word to say about Tottenham ever since he left, and I understand that we've given him a lot of shit. Fair enough, but
and there was a lot behind the scenes going on, right? You not supporting him in his court case and things like this. I heard
this thing.
Yeah,
that's all excuses.
No,
I don't want to hear it.
I didn't know that side of the story. So that seems like,
you know what?
Spurs were stabbing him in the back.
We spoke a week ago to William Gallas, and he said that Ledley King was a better defender than Sol Campbell or John Terry, and if it wasn't for the knees, then he would have been, one of the best that have ever played in the Premier League.
Exactly. If it wasn't for the knees.
But he said he already was a better defender than them. Ledley King was an incredible captain. Imagine playing to the level he did with 1 knee, no cartilage. Every time he played, his knee would swell up.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't train, and he would come back the following week. A week later, it took a week for the swelling to come down.
Yeah.
And then the following week, he'll come and be man of the match.
Who was it? Was it Iniesta that said Jack Wilshere was going to be the best midfielder in the world? If he hadn't been injured, he would have been.
He wasn't, though. Ledley King was.
It's all ifs. Come on, Sol Campbell scored in the Champions League final, represented England at so many major tournaments.
When was he? Half time, he lost his head and
against Portsmouth, wasn't it? I think it's West Ham, yeah.
West Ham.
And then he did return, like we transferred him, and then he did come back for a stint. Do you remember? A bit like Thierry Henry for a few games. And
yes.
Brilliant.
Just in time to lose at White Hart Lane.
And he won the league the season he joined, right? After saying to Tottenham, I want to win trophies. He goes and wins a trophy.
Any trophy of Ledley King is going to be in a lot more than none of these Judas traitors.
All right,
nothing you can say is going to convince me. You know what? You can have Sol Campbell, but you can stick him up your arse.
I will hold up my hands that on We Are Tottenham TV, I'm not going to force you to put in Sol Campbell. And I will say as well, if any Arsenal captain, youth player had done that, lose all respect. Yeah. All respect. I mean, he didn't necessarily want to go to Arsenal. He was thinking he was going to the continent, right?
he could have gone to the continent.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I will let you do lead leaking.
Come
all
on.
right, all right.
All right. We're moving on from that sort of subject. Right wing. Who would say is your best ever right winger?
Sol Campbell.
You bastard.
Brilliant up the wing. Brilliant up the wing. Best ever right winger. Wow, that's a tough one. Because we had, in the early days of Wenger, Mark Overmars, only for a few seasons, but the way he tore down that wing.
You would say best ever?
No, and now we've got Saka, and you know it's inverted wingers, and I'm still old school, so I'm still not like 100% sold on inverted wingers. But Saka, as an Arsenal boy, once he wins the title this year, that's it. He goes down in the history books for Arsenal as one of our best ever.
If he wins the title.
He will.
And he has scored only 5 goals this season.
No, yeah, he's not been on the best of form this year, I will admit. But even for England, he never, apart from the Euro penalty, lets us down. And so it's got to be Saka for me, yeah. It's got to be. But the amount of years now he's put it in. The numbers every year, this year aside, right, consistently double figures for assists and goals. It's pretty impressive for that younger age.
Well, for me, our best ever right winger has to be Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale, especially in that final season before he left for Madrid, that is one of the best individual seasons I think the Premier League has ever seen. And he obviously went for a world record fee. He was playing predominantly right wing that season. And I think he is one of the best talents has ever been in the Premier League, let alone for Tottenham. He is an unbelievable talent. Obviously, he went on to win loads of trophies after Tottenham. Didn't win too many at us, but he was still a world-class player at Tottenham, which is why we commanded a world record fee. And for me, no chance am I having that Saka is better than Gareth Bale.
How many seasons did he turn it on? Because you nearly got rid of him, right? Redknapp was saying, he was going to ditch him.
Yeah, in his early days.
I mean, but how many awesome seasons did he have?
Yeah,
for
probably
Tottenham?
about 4, I would say.
Okay.
3?
Like, I feel maybe 3 at a stretch, and Saka already has more than that. Like
how?
Like he's been in the England team since the Euros, right? So it must be
Bale
2020.
was starting at 17 for Wales.
I might start for Wales at 17, to be honest. Yeah, all right.
Specialist as well.
In terms of at his peak, Saka has not reached those levels. I will give you that.
Gareth Bale.
This is getting more balanced than I like, to be honest.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, next time we're on We Are Arsenal TV. We're having Campbell
Gareth
and
Bale.
Saka.
Is he not coming in? Oh, he's not.
Good. He shouldn't be. Who else can you put in his place?
I'm on the wrong thing,
Okay.
sorry. I'm typing in the wrong thing. There he is.
All right.
Gareth Bale, we got you. All right. Next up, left wing. Left wing, yeah, left wing. And I know I'm going to get this one because you can't argue against it.
I definitely can.
God.
He was also in career, and he's still got it. He's still skillful.
Who was your...
Bobby Pires.
Pires.
Yeah.
Robert Pires.
Bobby Pires at his prime with Henry, that combination was unbelievable. It's a shame that he left when he did, because he still had a couple of good years left in him. But on Championship Manager as well, before Arsenal signed him, he was one of the best signings, and it proved to be true. One of the rare occasions that Championship Manager chooses a player from abroad. Who are you going to pull out the bag? Oh, bloody hell, no. I forgot the reason that I'm here. It's that guy.
I want you to look into that camera and explain to me why Pires is better than Son.
Oh, dear. This is going on the Korean channel.
I want you to say that and put your arguments forward.
No, but I'll be honest, right? Yeah, Son Heung-min is bloody legendary, isn't he? Like,
He is.
the dribbling at his peak, the two-footedness. But in terms of style and panache, Robert Pires, come on.
It's
In
still
terms of
not as
style
good
and
as Son.
panache. No, like that je ne sais quoi. Like, there's no word for that in Korean, so Son Heung-min does not have that. Like, who would I rather have? I guess in terms of longevity. Oh, bloody hell. This is going to be more Spurs players than Arsenal players at this rate.
You can't have...
With those numbers as well, right?
Yeah, the amount of goals he scored, the quality of the goals he was scoring. He was one golden boot, for God's sake.
Yeah, as an Asian player, let alone a Korean player, that I don't think it's going to happen again.
No,
right?
well, might not for a while.
Yeah, I cannot see that happen again.
He was could play up front, could play off the left. He was phenomenon. He was a phenomenon. I don't think did Pires ever have a season as good as the season where he won the Golden Boot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he wasn't as prolific a goal scorer, but in terms of his numbers of assists and with Henry at his prime, those two that combination, it was Kane and Son. At least as good as that, right? But they just didn't do it for as many seasons, unfortunately. But be honest, after that Golden Boot season, was it the next season as well? He was pretty good.
But no, the next season he did have a bit of a drop off,
Okay.
and the season after he was back to his best, and then the last season just wasn't amazing. But
so that's
two
out of 8 seasons that he was not, and the first season, right, when he came.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 out. That's 30% of the time he was rubbish.
Not rubbish. I mean, we're talking about
Sorry,
a bad
son.
season
Sorry, I
last
love
season.
you. I love you. All right, for the longevity.
And he won a trophy. He also won a trophy, so you can't have that argument.
And as a half Korean, we held up Park Ji-sung as this legend that could never be eclipsed, right? And until the Europa League final, there was still the debate. Park has won trophies. Son has not. And no matter how skillful he is, and with the Golden Boot and whatnot, there's still a debate to be had. After he clinched that, even though he didn't have too much to do with it in the latter stages, the Korean debate is well and truly over. All-time best Korean player, head and shoulders above the rest. There was Cha Bong-gun in Germany in the 70s and 80s, but eclipsing that as well. So as a half Korean, I've got to say I'm extremely proud. So all right, we'll have Son, and that's it. The rest is Arsenal.
Yeah, it's
just Arsenal. Of course, it's Arsenal.
Okay.
Wait, what are we at now? How many blood? Oh, this is.
There you go. Sonny comes in on the left. Okay, central midfielders.
Oh, come on. You can't beat Patrick Vieira.
Patrick Vieira, I would have Moussa Dembele.
Yeah, he was skillful, nice on the eye, but Patrick Vieira for changing the Premier League.
Everyone who's played against Dembele says he's the best player he's ever played against.
Everyone who's played against Patrick Vieira says he smelt a Vicks. Okay, so who else can say that, right? He cleared everyone's nostrils for them. And come on, against prime Roy Keane, taking him on and beating him, not every single time, but Paddy V, he was Wenger's first signing when he wasn't even manager, right? So he set up that French Revolution. And you've got to admit that Wenger did change the Premier League, and Patrick Vieira was key to that, right? Without having him, that leader to take us over the line and win that first Premier League, and then go on and do it. His last kick of the game against Man United, beating them in the FA Cup final, and then left a little bit before we would have liked him to. And we've taken so long to replace him. I really do think Declan Rice is finally the replacement that we've been looking for so many years. And yeah, Dembele, I loved how he played. Like, in terms of just a footballer, he was off the charts, wasn't it? You couldn't take the ball off him. His close control was unbelievable, but he just doesn't hold the same stature, right? Moussa Dembele, Patrick Vieira, you say that to any football fan, they're like, Moussa Dembele's great, but he's not Patrick Vieira.
Tell that to the people who played against him.
If you're talking about like World Cups, Euros as well, it's got to be
all right,
Patrick
you can have
Vieira.
Patrick.
Yes!
You can have Patrick Vieira.
There we go. Okay.
Where is
All
Patrick
right, so
Vieira?
that's 4 each now, I think.
Is he there? Yeah, there he is.
Yeah,
Patrick
it's
Vieira.
got to be there.
All right, next up, who would be, let's say you want to go for a bit more of an offensive centre mid, or a bit more of a ball player. Who would be your pick?
No, I've got to say, I know he's not won a trophy there yet, but Declan Rice, for what he's shown...
Best ever. You'd be in the best ever.
Again, Gilberto was there in career, and Gilberto is so underrated. Again, if we're talking about World Cups, Gilberto in 2002, he would pull the strings, and he would be the silent guy in the background, the Makalele or whatever. And he was so good with Vieira in tandem. And then after that, he stayed for a bit longer. And if we're talking about more offensive, there's Cesc as well, which, riles up a few Arsenal fans with the Chelsea and stuff. But that wasn't his choice. He wasn't.
He wanted to come back to Arsenal.
Yeah, and we just didn't re-sign him. And I have nothing against him. And at such a young age, that goal against Tottenham, dribbling past the whole team from the halfway line, that was unbelievable. And so, yeah, I like Fabregas, but Declan Rice to me is the personification of a modern day midfielder. Like, what can't he do? Those 2 free kicks against Real Madrid. Those corners that he gets on the money every single time. And to be that expensive and not shirk that at all, like from the very get-go, he's been indispensable. And Guardiola wanted him so badly because he knew that, Rodri couldn't keep up that form forever. If they had Declan Rice, they would have won the Premier League last season easily as well, surely. Who are you going to put?
Luka Modric. Luka Modric. Ballon d'Or winning Luka Modric.
Not at Tottenham.
Doesn't matter. He went on to win the Ballon d'Or. He won 5 Champions Leagues.
At Tottenham, he's not the Luka Modric that we then went on to
That's why Madrid signed him, because he was that good.
Yeah, but he's Tottenham good, right? Everyone was like, he's Tottenham good.
If he's Tottenham good, why would Madrid sign him?
Well, they signed...
spent big money on him because they saw the quality.
Is this the right way around? Did Adebayor go to Real from Tottenham or go to Tottenham from Real?
He was only on loan. It's a bit different. He was on loan, but it was Madrid to Tottenham.
Okay. But no, you can't have Modric in for what he did afterwards, right?
And for what he did at Tottenham. He was phenomenal.
How many seasons was he there? Like
he was there for about four
seasons. Okay, it's not a long time. He didn't win anything again.
Are you telling me Declan Rice is a better player than Luka Modric?
All right, if we're gonna have that argument, because he's still banging in the goals as well. I saw him score for Milan the other day.
He's incredible. He's a one in a million.
Then I'm going to have to change it. If we're talking about football in style, I'm going to have to go for Cesc then. Cesc Fabregas.
You're telling me Cesc is better than Modric?
Winning the title for Chelsea, winning the title for Barcelona, winning the title for... And technically, he's not like rubbish compared to Modric,
not
right?
Rubbish, but is he as good? Has he ever won a Ballon d'Or?
Spain, the World Cup, the Euros.
He got to a World Cup final with Croatia.
He won Arsenal Player of the Year, Cesc. Has Modric ever won Arsenal Player of the Year? No.
He's won Real Madrid Player of the Year.
I'm not liking how this is panning out.
Modric,
just because
I can sense that you can tell you like Modric.
He's almost as old as me and he's still playing. Like, I still play with 20-year-olds in Korea. For any 40-year-old like washed-up British players, come over to Korea and play. Like, they don't play hard, so it's okay. We've got an advantage there. But yeah, I do have a soft spot for him, and he is such an artist. All right, fine, have Modric, but that I promise is the last one.
All right, we'll see. All right, up front, we've got 2 strikers to go. Two.
Okay, can we maybe have strikers that would complement each other as well? Then it's got to be 2 Arsenal strikers for sure. And the first of which you can have no arguments. Why don't you pull out your strongest and then I pull out my strongest? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no.
You know
so you go first.
You know I'm getting one. If you
go first.
So you have to play it like this.
You go first.
Because if you can put Henry up against my one, then you can get 2.
Yeah, and that's how it goes.
Obviously, I'm going to go for... Okay. I'm going to go for this one, up against Henry, I'm going to put Robbie Keane.
I saw Robbie Keane in a bar in Whetstone when I was like 17 years old, and he was drinking like a fish, and I think he was playing that weekend. He was brilliant, and he was a firecracker and fun. His celebration was ahead of his time.
We call him the charity game Messi. He is phenomenal in charity games. He is amazing.
His skills were brilliant, right?
Yeah.
He played at Inter, don't forget, right?
He was phenomenal, Robbie Keane at Tottenham as well. He's an absolute hero. He was scored loads of goals. I think he was our top goal scorer up until obviously Kane came, but in the Premier League, he was such a clever player as well. His mind moved so quickly. Robbie Keane was great.
Yeah, he was good, but Thierry Henry, Robbie. I don't need to say anything, right? Thierry Henry, Robbie Keane.
I'll give you Thierry
Robbie Keane.
I'll give you Thierry Henry.
Yeah, if you had been with Pochettino at the time, maybe Robbie Keane would have got more kudos. But it was a time when Spurs were not a joke club, but they weren't fighting for the very top honours, right? Yeah, it's got to be Henry, like all-time best Premier League player in Arsenal fans' opinions.
Henry, is up there for the best of all time. All right, so
and then you're going to bring out Arsenal legend Harry Kane, right?
Legend, the Arsenal killer, the Arsenal schoolboy. His favourite thing was scoring goals against Arsenal.
He did score a ridiculous amount of goals, but Harry Kane, I got to say, and you. Give me your honest opinion. When you first saw him and when he first started scoring goals for you, did you ever imagine he would do this.
Not in a million years.
Right.
I thought he was good. I was like, okay, this guy's quite handy.
Yeah.
He'll be a good backup striker
Yeah.
to someone.
I mean, even now, though, don't you sometimes watch him and think...
No, now he's a phenomenon.
How is he? Like, no, but his, like, physical attributes, all right, he's pretty tall, but he's not, like, super quick. He's not super skillful, but he always makes things happen. And even when he drops deep, you know, he'll play amazing balls, but it looks like a ball that you could play, right? You look and you're like, I could do that. Like, it's no fantastic technique behind it, but it works amazingly. Right?
He's got a phenomenal technique. I think that's what sets him apart. His technique, his long-range passing, I think is better than most central midfielders in world football. His finishing ability. He's a playmaker who can get 30 goals a season. It's unbelievable what he's able to do. And Tottenham fans have been saying this for years, but he wasn't getting the respect at Tottenham because of the club we are. Unfortunately, everyone likes to clown on us, and he wasn't obviously winning any trophies, and that's the reality. But he has always been, for many years, one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League, in my opinion. Currently, in my opinion, he's probably the best striker in world football. I think he's been at that level for a long, long time. And
better than Gyökeres.
The guy can't even run without tripping up himself. He's absolute waste of space. But Kane, for me, is what he has to be in this team. Harry Kane.
He's the best striker in the world at the moment. I would say.
Also the top ever goal scorer in North London derbies. So in North London derby combined 11, you got to have the top goal scorer, I would say.
No, but I'm going to argue against this because I still... All right, yeah, he does look like a much better player now, but in his first few years, you just kept thinking, this run is going to end. You know, he's going to stop scoring. You know, he's not this good. And then he just kept going, and it was like, what? And then, as I've got a soft spot for Son and Min, their relationship, you know, the all-time best combination in terms of goals and assists between them, right? That was brilliant to see.
I thought you were meant to be pushing back.
Yeah, I am now going to push back. Because as a player, I don't think there's much argument that this player is better than Harry Kane. Dennis Bergkamp, come on. The artist. And if you're talking about forwards to complement one another, I don't think Thierry and Kane, no, that's not a good partnership, is it?
Oh, cool. Kane can play playmaker.
Kane would have to drop deep. He'd have to be second fiddle.
Kane is a 30-goal-a-season striker wrapped in with a Bergkamp. That's what he is.
No, he's not got that same level, like outside of the foot doing a turn.
He does.
Hat-trick against Leicester and in the World Cup against Argentina.
He can be whatever he wants to be. When have you ever seen Bergkamp drill a 30-yard through ball like Kane can from deep?
Yeah, he wouldn't need to drill it. He'd just poke it through. Just little pokes here and there. And he had that nasty side as well, Dennis Bergkamp. Like, people always remember for his skills, but he would elbow you if he had to elbow you.
So he got sent off more. So
Harry Kane, he doesn't have that, right? He doesn't have that ruthless streak. That's why Bayern didn't win a trophy last season. Didn't win the league last season, right? With company they did. Okay. They finally did. They finally did, right? But the first season, because he's lacking that killer streak. If England don't win the World Cup,
out of the Champions League.
It wasn't thanks to him, though. It wasn't thanks to him.
Okay.
But yeah, if England don't win a trophy, it'll be thanks to his lack of ruthlessness, right? He's too nice. Like, in the interviews as well, he's just too nice.
He's just got an unbelievable mentality. He does. He's England's all-time top goal scorer.
I can't believe that rolled around, right? And now that's way back in the distance, right? It's crazy. Harry Kane.
The only thing that's missing is Premier League all-time top goal scorer.
Do you think he'll come back and try that?
I think a good chance.
Yeah.
Good chance.
At Tottenham.
I hope so. Not if we're in the Championship.
Wait a sec. I've got to look at this, right? How many are we at now? Is it 5 each, I think?
It's
right?
5 each.
I'm not having bloody
you can't
6 Tottenham players.
You can't
in the Premier League era.
You can't sit here and tell me Kane is better than Bergkamp.
I can't. I can tell you Bergkamp is better than Kane, right?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, you can't sit here and tell me that Bergkamp's better than Kane.
No, but you can't. You can't, in good faith, say in the Premier League era there's more Spurs players in a best 11.
The stats speak for themselves.
I gave you Ledley King out the goodness of my heart.
And I gave you David Seaman and Tony Adams.
Come on.
There we have it.
That is
you can't disagree. What can you
obscene.
disagree with? You've got Gareth Bell, who's had one of the best individual seasons you've ever seen. Luka Modric, who's a Ballon d'Or winner. Sonny, you can't say anything about.
I love
Sonny.
you, Son.
Harry Kane, who's currently the best striker in world football. Kyle Walker, probably the best ever right back that's ever played in the Premier League. What is there massively to disagree with?
I want to make it clear now that there are 7 Tottenham fans with crowbars just behind the cameras. And so I'm agreeing to this. All right, look. Yeah, these are some fantastic players. You've reminded me that even when Spurs were not really competing for trophies, Modric and Bale and having those players, and even Kyle Walker, you know, was at the beginning of that Poch era, you had some amazing players. And you're right, Ledley King was world class if he could stay fit. And Son Heung-min, you know, bringing us maybe full circle on my appearance here from Korea. He has brought joy to fans, not just in that part of the world, but here as well for so many years. I wish he stayed one more year for the good of all of our channels as well, but also for the good of the Premier League. Like having that character there, we did lose a superstar, not just Spurs, but the whole thing. And yeah, Harry Kane, I'd love to see him come back to the Premier League. I'd love to see where he'd go as well. If he didn't come back to Spurs, where would he go? Break that record? He can do it, yeah.
I think the only club might be Man United.
Yeah.
Don't even say it. He ain't going there. He's not going to where you're thinking he's going. No. I know he wore a shirt once. But it ain't happening. But look, we got 6 Tottenham players in the North London Derby all-time combined 11. It happened because it was true and you felt it.
I did this on Towson in Korea. 1, Son Heung-min. The rest was Arsenal. Yeah.
That's because they don't know about these players over there. They don't know. But look, that is your combined 11. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with our combined 11? We'll see you very soon. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.